snap over Smith's head, just going to take it out of the back of the end zone for a safety, and it is 2-0 New Orleans. They lost their starting center, Eric Heitman, to a broken leg on August 9th. And has put David Boss, who has been a guard, at the center position.
Well, you have a backup center playing. You have a blitz situation. You have to communicate all the protection terms. And the last thing you think about is snapping the football. Alex Smith has no chance. That one was on the third story right there. That's a horrible beginning for the 49ers.
Most of you will see Eli's brother. This snap will be picked up and taken into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown by Najee Good.
Very surprised by Steve Weatherford not making the correct play on that ball in that situation.
Got to just kick it out of the end zone, right, Darryl?
Yeah. I mean, wow, that thing just sailed on Zach Yassi. Holy smokes.
The ball is loose. And then at the 29-yard line, it looked like it might have hit Kelsey's leg as he was snapping it.
This time, Jason Kelsey hit his own butt on the snap. Now, you got to be careful that your quarterback is behind you instead of in the shotgun. So I guess that Mike Vick doesn't put a lot of pressure.
Right. He probably
thought Mike Vick was right there underneath him, and he just wasn't. Oh, that's not good.
And this is snapped over the head of John Ryan, and a safety. Special teams nightmare down the stretch for Seattle. Nolan Freeze, who had a high snap on the missed extra point against Arizona, sails this one over Ryan.
This wasn't even close.
Oh, right about any time. From the 15, back snap into the end zone. And out for the safety.
They've just been very ineffective on third down.
James Harrison, the new long snapper, snaps it out of the end zone for a safety. And the Giants have tied the score at 14 as Greg Warren was carted off on the last series. And the Steelers called on James Harrison as the long snapper in reserve and snapped it over the head of Mitch Berger, who's been ailing with a hamstring pull. It is a safety. We're tied, and the Giants will get the ball again.
Oh, now terrible snap, and it's loose. The Steelers are going to have it. It's still in the end zone. Who has it? The scramble is on. It's a touchdown for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they finally get on the board on a mistake by New York. Adrian Robinson out of Temple University comes up with 6 points for the Steelers on a botched snap.
Stickers. B19.
Third down and 15. I think they're all very watchful. Look out as Moore has the ball. Again, mishandled, and the Cowboys take over at the 4.
The snap is not perfect. Well, it was pretty hard, Jim, and that's why it slipped through his hands.
In terms of receptions as your running back, so you know where a lot of their throws are directed.
And Hodges couldn't handle the snap. And recovered by Richardson. Touchdown, Kansas City.
You just can't handle the snap. Does a poor job once the ball's on the ground, not going after it.
It hit Nick Sorensen. Wow. Ball was still loose. Looked like Richardson had it. Instead, it's Studebaker who comes out of the pack with it.
42-yard attempt. Sturgis has had a miss in each of the last 3 games.
Confusion. Fields never got a grip of it as it was snapped back by John Denny.
Look what happens here. The long snapper, Denny. All the talking by Fields. He thinks it's time to go. So I really can't blame the long snapper there because he heard or thought the orders were barked out. The crowd noise. He thinks it's time to go.
Mike Gary. And another mishap. It's again Dietrich Smith, who's been flagged a couple times in this half. And
I think he thought Mike Glennon was underneath the center. I don't know how he
had to have.
Yes, that's what he snapped it right up there.
At a sink.
High snap through the hands of Smith. It's still loose, and what has recovered for the Texans? 28.
3rd and 7. The snap is bad. It's in the end zone. It's a touchdown, Buffalo. Jamie Blatnick falls on the football, gets himself a touchdown.
Well, the Bills finally made the Vikings pay for the bad snaps and the pressure that they've been bringing the entire game. Castle ends up in the worst possible place for a quarterback, chasing a bad snap back towards his own end zone, and the Bills are all over it.
He's run with a newfound confidence here this season in his 4th year out of Fresno State. They snapped it earlier. The Raiders fell on it. Rivers was still changing the play. So a costly turnover by San Diego.
That's all Nick Hardwick. Watch, he thinks the ball, and Rivers has no idea this ball's coming. Comes up, hits him, bounces right back to the nose tackle, and they're right on it.
Ground ball snap, and remember, and we should have said it, it's a new long snapper. Kondo never returned with the head injury. The new snapper is Travis Gaethel.
These backups do not get a lot of snaps. These backup long snappers, and your kicking game can go awry in a hurry without that timing.
Gaethel, and now Leckler can't handle this one, his snap. And so, I mean, this is a disaster. As soon as Kondo, the Pro Bowl punter, was hurt, they just can't get even a punt off, and you have the best in the business at Leckler, who could pin you down at the 5 and be almost an offensive player.
It's snapped over the head of Peyton Manning. A flag is down, and the ball's out of the back of the end zone. It's a safety to start this game as Manning wasn't ready.
Illegal motion. Offense number 18, moving forward to the snap. Penalties decline. Safety.
You know, you can talk about it being a quote-unquote corporate crowd. This crowd is loud. They talk about the 12th man in Seattle. Look how this game starts.
Yeah, but just a miscommunication there. Peyton Manning is coming up to the line to either make a protection check or change the play. And Manny Ramirez, the center, he doesn't know that. He snaps it over his head. And
we have 2.5 minutes to play here in the first half. High snap! Inside the 5. Going back to cover it is Allen. Allen lost the football, and it's out of the end zone. What was Ryan Allen trying to do?
3rd and 10. Oh, Tannehill wasn't ready for it, and that's going to be a safety. Complete breakdown on communication.
And we see him on the sideline trying to flex out that shoulder. And that snap right through the hands of Tannehill and through the back of the end zone for the safety.
Taylor always not expecting the snap. It was 1st and 10. Running for his life and down at the 19-yard line. Ogletree chased him down on the snap from Eric Wood, the center, too early. And he was late.
Well, this is amazing. I don't know if he was just confused. He lines up behind the guard, Richie Incognito. Here's the center. And you watch him, he's going to raise his right foot like he wants the ball. I don't know if he realizes that he's not behind the center.
Great
Eric Wood.
Look at this.
I mean, this is incredible.
Snap goes back, it's high. It went all the way back. It's in the end zone. He'll kick it out of the end zone, and that's a safety. Smart play by Mormon to punt it out of there.
oh, bad snap. It happened last week. It happens again. It's a safety. Hilfer made the good play, batting it across the end line. Otherwise, it could have been a touchdown had the Eagles recovered.
Snap goes over the head. The ball rolling into the end zone over the head of Stark, and Stark rolls out of the end zone with it. Safety for Dallas, so they got their 2 points.
Rams show a blitz. Romo may be changing the call. High snap over his head. Romo runs it down at the 25 and kicks it. Picks it up and runs left. At the 20, Romo trying to pull a McNabb. Gets away from one man. Left to the 40. To the 50. First down. Out of bounds at the 45 for St. Hood.
It's about the process, and that's what Coach Kelly talked to us about was the process.
There's a loose football falling on at the 29-yard line.
And
and the process of the quarterback-center exchange was really bad on that one.
Let's see the snap.
Looks like it just slips right out of his hand and hits his own leg.
Oh, yeah. That's
the snap is mishandled, and it looks like Hill is at the bottom of the pile with the ball, but we wait. Shoving to the right, possession to the left.
Well, Tony Romo was trying to signal out to the receivers, wanting to change the route. And Travis Frederick snapped the ball and he wasn't ready.
And Painter isn't ready for the snap. And the Saints get the first early break. There's a flag down as Painter, as the play clock was ticking down to 0, wasn't ready for the snap. All kinds of confusion in lining up. Recovered by Jonathan Vilma.
You saw Joe Wrights there, the left guard, reach over and tap Jeff Saturday. Jeff Saturday is not even looking back. When Joe Wrights taps Jeff Saturday, that means snap the football, whether or not the quarterback is ready or not. So really the miscommunication was with Joe Wrights over here. There you go. That means snap it. Whoops.
Oh, a high snap off his shoulder. And now Wilson just trying to get it away. And wide open, making the catch is Tyler Lockett. And Lockett is inside the 20, and Tyler Lockett gets slung down at the 4-yard line. So a broken play, a snap that gets away, and Wilson makes the most of it.
I like this Gonzalez matchup in the slot here. Oh, third and 8. They snap with an issue there. It's loose, and see the Saints fall on it? Yes, they did. New Orleans ball. So a mistake with Todd McClure.
Well, you'll see Todd McClure, the center, Matt Ryan in the shotgun. The ball just slipped out of McClure's hand. Ball never got to Matt Ryan. Jonathan Vilma with an easy fumble recovery. Yeah, I mean, this is inexplicable. I mean, he never really even got the ball off the ground. Just kind of rolled it back a couple feet, and Vilma right there to jump on it. Bizarre is a good word, Mike.
Oh, and the snap over the head of Bortles. And he will fall on it. Ball's free. Touchdown! Turnover turns into a touchdown. That's Wesley Woodyard.
This a 31-yard attempt. High snap. Catanzaro chasing after the ball. It's still loose, and then picked up by Aaron Williams. And Williams will take it all the way.
Second down and 7. And the ball is out. It belongs to Green Bay.
The ball it just rolls. It just he never even has a grip on it.
3rd and 5, ball is loose. And there's a flag because Freeman cannot bat it out of the end zone.
Illegal kicking.
Fire when the strobe hits you.
That's it, friend?